Hey YouTube, thanks to the new subscribers. I really appreciate it. Today on a 2007 Ford Focus, we're going to attempt to refill the air conditioning. So I bought this Duracool. I don't think I'm going to use the quick seal. I just think there is some in there, so I'm just going to try to recharge it and go from there. If it leaks out in a short time, then I'll put this in and buy another can of this. But yeah, so in the kit you'll get obviously these two containers. You'll get an adapter for older cars. You'll put this on your hose. And you'll get a oil tester. So that's what I'm going to do now, is just you stick that on your low port and you go by, there's instructions, and you go by the color, how far up the color is. So this, if it's okay, 3/4 of this should get wet, and if not, then you can buy oil to put in. So that's what I'm going to do right now, is test it. So take your tire off. You don't have to. And you'll have to bend this back. And you see right there, that's the port. So take your tire off. There's a T30 here, and this one wasn't attached to anything on mine, so you just pull this back, okay, and you put this on there, and you just psst, 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 a couple times, and then you check. All right, I'll be back when I do that. Oops. So as you can see, nothing. So I'm just going to put the refrigerant in anyway. It's an hour drive for me to get a can of oil to put in it. So I'm just going to go in and check to see if there's oil in the refrigerant, and be right back. Yeah, folks, I couldn't make I was going to make a video on the whole process, but man, the black flies and mosquitoes got me eat alive. But lucky for you, it's a very simple job, so I'll just explain. Man, eat alive here. Anyway, so what I did, I showed you the port. That's the most important thing. That's your low side on that car. So you, first of all, you would take your can. Unfortunately, this can wasn't enough. I need another one. So, but you take your can, and you'll make sure this needle is all the way up. So you'll go counterclockwise, right? Because there's a needle in here that pierces that. So you'll screw that into there, not too tight, but you know, the instructions, guys, for this, you know, a monkey must have put it together, because it's really don't tell you much. Not for what I have anyway, but you know, maybe it's an old kit, I don't know. So you just put that on there, make sure the pin is all the way up, right? You'll take this hose here, and you'll just put that on your low side. I checked the eye side, and this don't fit anyway. So it's only going to fit on the right one. But I've shown you where the low port is, so there you go. You put that on there. Now what I do is, because from here to here, there's going to be hair in the lines, right? So what I do, since you got the can on there, but it's not punctured, and you got disconnected, just slowly loosen the can until you hear a psst, and then tighten it back up. Then you're good, right? So you got this hooked up. Now, you'll probably, the car is not running, so, but this here may say, it might be right where it is now, or mine was up on 50 actually. So I don't know, right, what exactly that means. I mean, how can it have a lot of pressure with no coolant? Anyway, I'm not an expert, but mine said 50, right? Turn this upside down. You got your can hooked up to the hose. Turn it upside down. Make sure you shake it real good first. Turn this all the way clockwise. Pierce your can, and then start going counterclockwise to let the fluid out. And you'll hear it. I did anyway. Just let it go until it stops, and tighten this down. And this might even be up to, I think mine said 60 something. That's okay. Start your engine, turn on your air conditioning on low, but turn the air conditioning on max, but the fan speed on low. I thought turn it on high, but the instruction said low. You know, don't matter, but just turn it on low, and you'll hear the your compressor kick in, right? If you don't hear the compressor kick in, you got bigger issues anyway, right? But the compressor will kick in, and you watch this gauge, it'll go psh, it'll go down, and then when the compressor kicks out, psh, it'll go back up, right? Then you still got this upside down. Open your valve all the way open, and every time the compressor kicks in, it'll suck the coolant or the Freon from the can into the system. Then when it kicks out, the needle is going to pop back up, right? Yada yada. Same thing. When it cuts in again, you might, if yours don't need 2 cans and it only needs the 1, then what'll happen is this needle is going to go, at first it probably went right down to the weight, and then when the compressor kicks out, it goes back. But gradually, every time the compressor kicks in, you'll notice your needle will be slightly in the green, right? And pop up when it cuts in. Every time, like it'll do that maybe 2 times. The next time you'll notice it's a little farther in the green. So you keep doing that until, for this car, I'm told anywhere from 28 to 38 PSI, right? So you just keep going until you get in the range that you need to be in. On this system, there's no ambient temperature. Usually, whatever temperature it is outside, you'll turn this. There's a red line. You'll turn it to the temperature in here, but this one don't have that, so you don't have to worry about it. But keep going until you're in your PSI range. Turn this all the way in. Stop it, you know. Unplug from your low port, and you can let it run for extra time if you want. You can give her a gas, set in and give her a gas to about 2,000 RPM for about 2 minutes, and that draws everything into the system, and supposedly that's it. So that's pretty simple if you follow these, you know, those steps. There's lots of videos. I think I didn't check actually, but I'm sure there's lots of videos on how to do this. The Ford Focus 2007 is a pain in the ass. You don't have to take the tire off, but it's easier just to take the tire off and take the wheel well, turn that, pull that down so you can get in there at it. But yeah, it's a pretty simple job. Unfortunately, I need another can. So, but it made a lot of difference. Like, there was no heat whatsoever, and now it's actually doable, but it does need another can. It's still, when the compressor kicks in, it's still right on the weight and the green mark. It's not even up to 30 psi, so I do need another can. All right, guys, I hope that helps you. I know camera work is pretty shaky, but like I say, I would have set up the tripod, but I mean, I'm eat alive here. It's just unreal. I hope that they go away soon. So there you have it. Pretty simple job. If you're thinking about doing it and never done it, it's super simple. As long as when you turn your air conditioning on, you can hear the compressor kick in. It's going to be rapid. If you're low, it's going to be kicking in every, maybe every 10 seconds or even less. Mine was kicking in pretty frequently, so at fast intervals. So I knew I was way down, but I didn't think I'd take 2 cans. But if your compressor is kicking in is the point, then you can do this. If your compressor do not kick in at all, then you have to get it checked by a professional. But hopefully this works for you. Thanks, guys. Stay safe.